today we're gonna read the Magic Trias Merlin Mission book 9, Dragon of the Red Down. And today we're gonna start reading at chapter 3, Basho, and we end up reading at chapter 4 because it's a very long story. Okay, but when we read all, I think I will late for school. And now already read this one book with a lot of stories. And now here we go. And first you can read is the Magic Trias Merlin Missions 9, Dragon of the Red Down. Chapter 3, Basho. The 3 Samuel turned to the man with the walking stick. Do you know that, Master? One asked. Yes, of course, the man says. The boy and the girls, Baku and Koto, my best students. Hi, Master, said Annie, prancing. She knew who the man is. We couldn't find the bridge, so we came here to look for you, said Jack. And now you find me, said the man. I'm sorry for your frightened by my friends. The Samuel put the sword. Forgive me, he said, bowing before Jack and Annie. Sure, no problem, said Annie. The Samuel turned to the small man. We'll live with your leave, your students now. He said, thank you, most honored master, for your visit today, said the 3 warriors with the deeply before the man. As they walk away, why do the Samuel call the small man with most harmony master? Jack wondered. That Samuel was gone, and the man had turned to Jack and Annie. His eyes twinkled. I believe you're safe now, he said. Thanks, said Annie. But I'm afraid we're not in Baku and Koto. No, you're not, said the man. But you're not spies either, are you? No, said Jack. I did not think so, said the man. That is why I thought you need my help. Thank you, said Jack. You're most welcome, said the man. Now perhaps you will tell me who you really are and how you came here by the Imperial Garden. Our name is Jack and Annie, said Jack, and he paused. He seemed impossible to explain. Teddy and Kathleen's visit, Merlin Sorrow, Morgan's research book. He came to search the secret happiness, said Annie. The man smiled. I believe that is something we will seek, he said. But you must be very careful, Jack and Annie. The shogun does not allow foreigners to our country. If you do not have passports, you could be caught and punished. He knows, said Annie. What should we do? Perhaps you should travel with me today, said the man, and you can continue by my students, Baku and Koto. Good plan, said Jack. You must remember Sikarni with your swords, said man. Observe the people with Edo and do as they do. If you do not stand out, you will not notice by the Samuel. Got it, said Annie. Seek Hermia with your swords. Observe the people with Edo. Do there as they can do, Jack repeated to himself. Come, said the man. He started walking briskly through the garden. Jack and Annie have hurried after him. Excuse me, but what's your name? Said Jack. My friends call me Basho, said the man answered. Basho? What a good name, said Annie. Why did the Samuel call you the most harmonious master? Said Jack. Because I'm their teacher, said Basho. What do you teach them? Said Jack. Basho smiled. Today they'll learn how to listen cricket and woodpile, he said, and how to think like a frog. Cool, said Jack. Must be the world's skills. He thought as the special ways to listen for an enemy or jump for the sword. He remembered how dangerous secret of the nature fight their enemies. Basho led Jack and Annie to the wooden stone bridge that crossed the moat, and they came to the other side of the bridge. They followed the path with a small boat docked in the river. The three fishermen floating on the wicker buckets with a long flat bloomed hat. Boat. Hundreds of the shiny little fish are inside each basket. Basho walked over to the fisherman. Good morning, he said. Good morning, Master Basho, the fisherman. And all then bowed. Everyone seems to know Basho, Jack replied. Many students. My students and I ride you down the river, said Basho. Oh, yes, of course, said Master Basho. Oh yes, please, Master Basho, one of the men said. We would be most honored to carry your humble boat. Thank you, said Basho. Jack and Nanny followed Basho to the deck, and the boat was set next to the wicker of the baskets. One of the fishermen in the boat, the others used long poles to push it away from the dock, and the man began to pulling down the river. The fishing boat floated their screens of the bridges, moving it past the shadows with the glittering light. As they passed under the one of the bridges, it grabbed the bottom of the river. Basho and Jack and Annie were thrown forward. Forgive us, master, one of the fishermen called Basho. The river's very shallow. As they've been the rain for a long time, said another fisherman. It's very reason to us. Yes, it worries me too, said Basho. What's everyone so worried about? Annie asked Basho. When the weather is very dry, the people of Edo worry about fire, said Basho. 25 years ago, during a dry spell, half of our city was destroyed by the terrible fire. Thousands died. Oh, that's awful, said Annie. Yes, since then, everyone was worried hard to rebuild the capital, said the Basho. Edo is now even more beautiful than before. In fact, along this riverbank and many new castles into the Samuel Sea. So one of the heights now, Basho pointed to the steep rocky cliff above the riverbank. Jack shaded his eyes and he looked at the carved roof with the high stone walls of Samuel Castle. It's the largest room called the Dozen Metal, said Basho. What does this mean? Said Jack. It means the room holds 1,000 floor mats, said Basho. Cool, said Annie. Basho, where do you live? Basho smiled. My castle is on another side with the great bridge, he said. Jack wondered by the many mats of Basho's castle would hold. Beyond the steep cliffs, the boat traffic grew heavier. They have many boats floating on the wide river. The big sailing boats berged loaded with the lumber and ferries filled with passengers holding parcels. The fishboat glides with the corral dock next to the mart. In the market, when dozens of gleaming fish were laid out of the tables, man and woman also sold fish and other sea creatures from the baskets that hung from the poles across their shoulders. Shrimp, tuna, octopus, eel, they shouted. Wait for us while we deliver the fish, Basho said to Jack and Annie, and we will travel farther than the river. The fisherman tied off the boat. Jack and Annie had waited from the waiting Basho helped as they grew unloaded the wicker baskets. Then each man put the basket on his head and started up the stone steps that led to the fish market. Oh no, said Annie. Look, she pointed to the another end of the dock. And Jack had looked. He saw several Thermal getting off the boat. Quick, grab the basket, he said. Jack and Annie have each picked off the basket of fish, and Jack and Annie have tried to lift it up the basket from his head to tighten it, and the couple of the fish have hit him to the nose as they fell onto the dock. Leave them, come on, whispered Annie, carrying the baskets on their heads. Jack and Annie followed Basho and fisherman of the steps and delivered their fish to the young woman at one of the tables. Jack glanced back at the river, and the swimmer was standing and lending, checking from someone's passport. And Jack looked at Basho. Basho was watching the swimmer too. He turned to the fishman. Thank you for your rides, he said calmly. and bowing to the man. We will walk from here. The fishman nodded and smiled. Good plan, Jack replied, relieved. Come, Basho said. He led Jack and Annie from away to the market. Soon as they came to the busy road, crowded the past trains and the travelers on the horseback. As they walked along to the crowd, Jack remembered Basho's words. See harmony with your surroundings. He tried to blend by the walking steady pace, keeping his eyes down. He worried about their mission. How do they blind by the walking steady pace? Keeping his eyes down, he worried about their mission. How will we never find the secret happiness, he wondered, if we have to keep going to the Samuel? Jack, look at the bridge, said Annie. Jack glanced up at a high arched bridge, spinning to the river. 100 of the people are walking across it. That's the great bridge, said Basho. It will let us away from the heart of Edo, whose bank stormed out the river where I live. Great, said Jack. I hope as they would be the safer away from the heart of Edo, they maybe could focus the search of the secret. Jack and Annie and Basho have joined to the crowd crossing bridge. As they walk a single of the field, close to the wooden railing, Jack stared to the straight ahead, careful not to look anyone else in their eyes. He saw people having picnics on another side of the bridge where cakes are flying red kites. Where the mountains, said Annie. She pointed to the snow-clad mountain looming from the distance. A white cone with a gray mountain rose above the fancy rows of tiny clouds. That bouquet mountain called the Mount Philu, said Basho. Oh, I've heard of Mountain Froli, said Jack. It's the highest mountain in Japan, right? Yes, the most beautiful, said Basho. It is beautiful, said Annie. And Jack looked around. Actually, everything seemed beautiful at the moment. The green-yellow Persian with the ferry boat, as past the passengers below with the pink cherry trees leaning to the river edge, and the red kites and the white seagulls have gliding through the sky. I love Japan, Jack said softly, floating to the woods, for it seems to float on beauty. It really does, murmured Jack. Walking across the great bridge, he felt on himself for floating toward the floating world. Now it's chapter 4. Social and Samuel. I think there's more people working with the Basho and Basho students. And now I think Jack and Annie and more friends and Basho are going to learn something very special out there. Basho's castle, I think, or maybe riding a boat to go to that Basho's castle. And now, did you have fun? Use English contribute. Come back with some Facebook, but not this story because it might be a new chapter to read tomorrow, okay? Now, bye-bye, everybody, and have a nice day. Bye!